Hi, I'm Diane Da Costa, and my perspective is that curly textured hair is gorgeous hair. Today I'm going to show you how to cut very curly, frizzy hair. Shanti has beautiful curls. Her hair is full and frizzy when it's dry, but when it's wet, it's very curly and smooth and silky. So it's very deceiving. Also, she had about 2 inches of split ends, and she had layers that were growing out. So they were very long and uneven. So basically, the cut was to give her a fantastic shape, take off her split ends, as well as reshape her and redefine her. We've wet Shanti's hair down, and as you can see, she has beautiful spiral curls, and it's nice and silky. So the first thing I'm gonna do before I blow dry is section Shanti's hair into 4 sections. Sectioning is so important with curly hair, especially when you have big hair and it frizzes up a lot. It's important to section it off into several sections, and here I have sectioned off into 4 and then subsectioned into 5. So first I'm going to use my blow drying brush to start her off, and then I might go into another type of brush as her hair gets thicker. I chose to cut Shanti's hair dry because her hair frizzes up and she has that shrinkage with her S-curl pattern. So if I had cut it wet while I was going through the cut, her hair would have gotten bigger and expanded and gotten frizzy throughout the whole cut, and then I would have to continually wet it down. So the best approach for cutting Shanti's hair, which is she's a very curly hair, is to cut it dry, blow dry it out lightly, and then flat iron it lightly as well. Now that I've finished blow drying the back, I'm gonna clip it off, and then I'm gonna proceed to blow dry both sides. Okay, now that I've finished the blow drying, we're gonna go into the flat iron. And I'm gonna section off the hair using the wide tooth tail comb from the crown to the ear. You're gonna keep this hair straight. You're not gonna twirl it. You're just gonna section it off and use a large clip. And then I'm gonna start my sectioning in the back. So I'm gonna create a horizontal line straight across, horizontal part, and then section off the whole top, and just clip this off. I'm going to flat iron with a ceramic tourmaline iron, and what is important here is that you use the flat iron on 350 to 375 because Shanti's hair is silky and smooth. And you only need about 1 or 2 passes. That's how hot it is. And then just continue flat ironing across the row. And we're not gonna make it pin straight because I wanna see a little texture in her hair, but straight enough. Now that I've finished flat ironing Shanti's hair, the fun begins. We're gonna start the cut. The first thing is we're gonna section the hair off using the eyebrows as your guide. Section the crown off. And you're just gonna clip the hair out of your way. Okay, so I'm using carving cone, and it has a carving section, so it's easy to just carve the hair out. So now I'm going to make a vertical part right down the middle and recreate my inverted V. Right behind the ear, you're gonna create your triangle. Just make sure the parting is straight. And that is how you normally approach all cuts, is to create a V or a triangle, an inverted V, and then that is how you're going to create your first perimeter guideline. Then I'm gonna subsection the V. into a smaller V, about 2 inches. I've already determined that Shanti needs really 2 inches off because she has a lot of split ends and she has long layers. So the first thing I'm gonna do is create my guideline. You're gonna comb the hair down smooth and straight. You're gonna carve out the middle section. Okay, now you're gonna create your first cut for your guideline. So I'm cutting my straight line guideline and continue. Make sure you carve off the hair. My technique is that I create the whole cut on the right side first, and then after I create on the right side, I will go on and create it on the left side. So now we will continue with the cut. I have a unique technique of cutting one side at a time after I create my perimeter guideline. And the reason why I do that is if I cut left to right and then right to left, my cut is uneven. So for me, it makes sense to cut my perimeter all around, make sure my guideline is even from the beginning, and then go in half the head and then come back and do the other half. That way my cuts are always even. Now that I finished cutting my guideline on the right side, I'm gonna continue cutting the perimeter guideline on the left side. And then you're gonna check the front to make sure that both guidelines are equal. And that is why I cut my whole entire guideline first, so I don't have to keep going back and forth while I'm doing my cut. Now I just finished the entire perimeter. Look how beautiful it is. You can see the lines, nice and straight. And then I'm gonna go in on the entire right side and create light layers at a 90-degree angle with a slight over direction. And I'm gonna continue on the entire right side. Then I'm gonna go in and do some point cutting and some thinning. Being a celebrity stylist has actually just made me grow and push my creativity to the extreme. It makes you innovative, creative, and just knowing that you're doing something new and exciting is a fabulous feeling. This hair is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the layering in there. It's so blended. The perimeter is clean. She's gonna have a nice bouncy curl now, and she can wear her hair straight as well as curly without taking off all the length. I use a technique of dusting, which is really not even cutting off any hair at all. You're really just fine-tuning and going in and point cutting just on the very ends. You might have missed some hairs because curly hair stretches. So you want to go in and just fine-tune and cut the ends that you missed, or just more split ends that you didn't get when you went into the layering. Sometimes you don't want to cut too much off with the layering. Continuing on to the top and the final finale of the cut. I'm going to release the hair on the top and create a parting down the middle. You're gonna leave some of the bang out in the front. And then you're gonna scoop up a section of the back to create your traveling guide. So you can see the guideline from the back, the traveling guideline. Now we're just going to cut the top section. Now I'm going to create the bangs. I'm going to keep them long. Just going to carve out this section here on the left side over to the ear and clip it off. And you're going to come over to the left side right in front of the ear. And clip the hair off. We're going to keep the bangs long. After I finish checking the hair, we're going to wet her down and apply the curly products for her final look. Now that the cut is completely finished, you can see how silky and curly her hair is. I'm going to finish it off with some leave-in conditioner, a styling foam, and then an enhancing curl product. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, apply it all over first, and then go in section by section and claw through each section and wave the curl. Then I'm going to diffuse her, and then her hair is just going to be luscious and curly and beautiful. After you put the leave-in conditioner, then for Shanti's hair, she had a lot of frizz. So the foam, which is a mousse, which is also like a defining mousse, will help to control the frizz. It holds it and locks it in place. Then we go in with the enhancing curl product, which actually defines the curls and creates that S curl pattern. So then you scrunch it with the enhancing curl product and go ahead and diffuse. When you are looking at haircuts, you should know the universal curl pattern. If you understand this curl pattern, then it will make it easy for anyone to approach a curly haircut. The 8 universal textures really range from a little straight with loose waves all the way to highly textured hair, which is coily hair and zigzag curls. Okay, as you can see, her curls are completely defined in S curls, and they're so luscious and beautiful. Now I'm going to diffuse it, and we're not going to really disturb it until I completely dry the hair, and then I'll actually go in and style it some more. I'm going to go ahead and go in and stretch the curls out and give her a little more volume. So basically I'm stretching the hair and not disturbing the curl. I'm just stretching the hair out. Now that I stretched the curls out, I'm just going to finish it off with just a little pea-sized of product right on the top because I've been disturbing the curl a little bit. I'm just going to finish it off, scrunch it. Here's Shanti with her final look, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Her curls are defined. I just finished putting in the enhancing cream. You can see that she has spiral curls with no frizz. The cut is amazing, How do you like it, Shanti?
I love it.
You love it?
Thank you.
You're so welcome. For more videos on natural hair and curly hair, go to Milady Education Network. I'm Diane Da Costa.